My passion for it really started when I was sort of in my early teens and visited London for the first time, and coming here to all the fantastic museums and organisations and seeing just the artistic creativity was really just that magic and delight I felt looking at certain works and discovering. And so really that was where it began.
My brother and I, in the summers in Canada, when we'd spend with my family, would put on these end of summer exhibitions, and he would make the art and I would sell it.
I think I had just about the right exposure as a child. My father is always telling a story of showing me a picture in a book and saying, look at all the lovely, pretty, happy people and the lovely lake. And I was about 5 or 6, and I said, well, actually, Daddy, that's Renoir's boating party.
I developed a passion for art very early on because I was sort of a collector. I was sort of a geeky collector at a very young age, so collected things like stamps and all sorts of things like that. And then I started collecting drawings when I was about 12, really young. I used to go to junk shops and buy drawings. So I was really keen then. And so probably at about 16, I knew I wanted to go in the art world. But, you know, what was the art world? I didn't know what the art world was.
I had quite an unusual route into it because I actually started off studying veterinary medicine and just as a summer job worked for a local auction house and just completely fell in love with the commercial art world through that job. So after a bit of a dabbling in another course in the veterinary medicine, I switched to doing working in the art world.
I took a trip to Italy with my class when I did my BA in art history in Siena, and we went to a museum and there was a sculpture, and I think it's called the Laocoon, but it's an amazing sculpture, and basically it's just two figures kind of battling with a serpent, and it just, for me, the detail in that and just the action that was being projected through it just captured something in me that I just thought, how did somebody create that?
My grandmother's house in Venice was absolutely full of paintings by Velázquez. The reason being that she was one of the best copyists of Velázquez in the late 19th century. So we had Las Meninas and all the famous paintings. And at the time, of course, I didn't know what they were, but I certainly knew they were very grand and very beautiful.
One term I wrote off to Sotheby's and sent off for this catalogue. I spent all my pocket money, and I just thought what a wonderful world you could be in. You don't have to own any of this stuff. It's going to pass through your hands, and then in a month's time another lot will, and so on forever. A never-ending stream of things that you don't have to own.